And yeah, I'm still building. Like you're constantly building. Like you have to meet people. You have to funnel and.
Do you get a lot of stuff from Instagram, client wise, or no?
A little bit. But the people that I get are people that I've already met and already know. I'm just staying top of mind with that.
Dude, that's everyone. Thank you. Like that's what people don't get. It's like you have to just stay in. It's meet as many people as you can, get them on your social, and then stay in top of mind when they go online because they're on the Instagram anyway. So like I always tell people, I'm like, my goal is for anytime anyone ever goes on Instagram, they see a story about me in real estate, because you don't really show your personal life at all on Instagram.
I don't, and I keep switching back and forth, but.
That you want to do it or you don't want to do it?
I want to and I don't want to. Something really interesting happened. I posted the other day. I was like, oh, like I was posting on my stories. I was like, oh, some people follow me, you know, because they're interested in cool homes or because I do real estate. Like 10 people, males, obviously, wrote me and they're like, I just follow you because you're hot.
Yeah.
And these are people I know. And I'm like, should I just like, what is the point of like, do I just stop? Like
Is that something you struggle with? Like, it's always interesting for, like, I look at it the one way, I'm like, oh, it must be so nice. You guys get so many views. But then, like, do you sometimes struggle where you're just like, I could literally make the greatest video ever, most knowledge, but if I don't wear the right thing, then it just doesn't do as well?
I do. I don't know if I read too much into it, and maybe that's not something that I even need to worry about, but I definitely worry about it. Even working, like a lot of people, you know, LA is a very vain place, right? And a lot of people are like, well, your looks help you. Definitely, which is true. There's a lot of very good looking people in Los Angeles, like being, you know, people like attractive people, right?
Well, this is crazy. Do you feel like this is the thing? I feel like attractive people that are just, they look more put together, and it subconsciously makes you feel like, well, if on the outside they look put together, then the inside their business might be put together. Most of them they're not, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, just being well groomed and stuff. Yeah. But that's definitely something where people are like, oh, you're you know, you can use that to your advantage. But honestly, sometimes I think it can be a disadvantage too. Like I meet people and now I have to prove myself that I'm not just another cute girl. I feel like I'm being so cocky right now. I've called myself hot like 4 times.
Listen, that's all right.
I'm sorry, that's embarrassing.
This is a real conversation.
I'm kind of humble.
This is a real conversation. But this is the things that people don't get. These are the things that before you get into real estate, you don't even think about. Like how many, like so many girls are like, I want to get into real estate. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to have to deal with so much more than you think. Like you have to deal with, if you are attractive, then you have to worry about people's wives, which it doesn't even matter if you're the most Christian girl in the world, their wives, if there's a hiccup in that relationship, you ain't working with you.
I've learned early on, if there's a couple, you make sure you're talking to the wife, not
the whole time.
You're talking to the wife. You know? Absolutely, yeah.
And then 2, like, you then have to worry about like lenders, title, other agents in this industry. You have to worry about why do you want to meet with me? Like, I could help you grow your business. It's like I've known so many young women out here that are good looking, and the first advice I ever give them, like, don't meet with anyone. I don't care if they say they can grow your business. I said, you work with these people and only these people. And they're like, why? I'm like, because before you know it, you're going to 1 million lunches.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You go to 1 million lunches and you think you're working, and then you're drinking cocktails and this and that and that, and then, like, I always go, like, how many deals is that person giving you? 0. Exactly. And that's the trap that I think some realtors follow into, is like the parties, the networking, the drinking, the this. And then you're like, well, I've been doing this for 6 months. It's like, well, you haven't closed any deals because all you're meeting with are people who want to meet with you because you're hot.
Yeah.
And it's so shallow. Like, I'm the opposite. I don't want to meet with anyone. Like, literally, like, I'll even have girls DM me and they're like, oh, I'd love to meet up with you to talk about, like, becoming a real estate agent. I'm like, cool, what questions do you have? You can just DM me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to waste 30 minutes going to lunch with you. Like, I have no desire to do that. Or escrow officers. Hey, you know, your mom's the best. She'll just call me up and be like, where's our deals at?
Does she?
Yeah. I'll see her in person. She's like, don't talk to me. I go, why?
Amazing.
She goes, I haven't seen an escrow from you in never.
No.
Walk away.
No.
She's like, I have a horse that I need to pay for. You know? It's funny when your dad calls me on a recruiting call. I'm like, hello? And he's like, hey, Adam. And I'm like, Doug, what do you want? He's like, I just want to see, you know. I'm just going down my list and seeing. I'm like, Doug, you're calling the wrong guy. But I think that's the thing that don't even people that realize Or like not everyone you know is going to work with you.
Yeah, that's true too.
Not everyone's going to work with you.
There's been that. There's been times where I've like met men who are legit serious buyers, but they just maybe don't see me that way. And but the truth is, that's fine. Like maybe they see me as someone to date instead of someone to work with. And honestly, it's fine, because if that's how they feel about a pretty girl in the business, I don't want to work with them anyways.
Yeah. Do you wear a fake ring?
No. You know, I never have, and I always think I should, and I don't.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But then I have to come up with like, oh, you're married, like your husband, and I gotta have a story planned. And
You're like, that's too much work.
I can't lie.
And then you're like, did I tell this person that story?
Exactly.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like, how do I know? Like,
when are you having kids? I don't know. Let me actually. This isn't real. Like,
yeah, exactly. You're like, if you knew how much this actually was worth, it's not worth anything. It's fake. Yeah. So all right, so let's finish on this. A lot of realtors follow me. What advice would you give a realtor? Because this is advice I can't even give, that are in a market that they want to go to a bigger market, but they're just scared to.
Don't be afraid. People are actually the same everywhere. It's just maybe, different skills or different a way of approaching it, but people are the same. Mm-hmm. Like having a little bit of money doesn't mean anything. Like they're still people. So don't be afraid of that. And I have another good thing. I think just don't be afraid of that. I think that's the number one thing that people they don't do it because they're scared, right? It's just fear.
I think it's fear. And I think it's fear that I think everyone's always worried about looking dumb.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's the number one thing I've learned. Just the more confidently you talk, whether you are or not, even if you do sound dumb, if you say it confidently, people don't care. Yeah. I've met so many people who are very wealthy and very successful, and they say the dumbest things sometimes, but they say it so confidently that I'm like, I still like that guy.
Yeah, because I just don't. But I also think that a lot of people just have to realize it's like there's so many things that add up to that. So if you're not confident in real estate, then to do your homework and to know more about real estate.
That's 100% true.
If you're not confident, like I tell people all the time, like if you have to, if driving the nice car makes you confident, then drive the nice car. If the suits totally make you confident, wear a suit. If you're not confident then you know what, lose weight, get in shape, get your hair done, do whatever you need to do to build that confidence, because I know that's been my number one thing. It's been confidence. And sometimes it's backfired on me. Sometimes I've come off cocky. Sometimes I've gone into a room where I was the littlest dog in the room, but I thought, I was so used to talking like a badass. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, these guys crush me. So I have been humbled a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing, is that confidence, just like video. Like, how many people probably go like, how do you shoot so many videos? Like for you. And it's just like, you do it once and you feel like crap, but then you do it again. And you do it again, and you do it again.
The biggest thing is I am the living testament to this. When I don't know if you know this about me, but like when I was in high school, maybe some people believe this and some people don't believe it, but it's the absolute truth. When I was in high school, I was so scared to talk to people. People would talk to me and say something like in class, like what was the next thing? I wouldn't respond. That's how shy I was. That's how afraid of being judged I was, that I would say the wrong thing. I would not respond. And it took me a long while to overcome that. And like I did it because I knew I wanted bigger things. I had to do it, but you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You just got to force yourself, and then the true confidence comes, and then the skills come, because maybe you do embarrass yourself, but then you're like, well, I'm not doing that again. So you go like plan and learn, and you got to make the mistakes.
Oh, okay. My last question for you, so we've talked about this right before about like falling into knowing, like, how have you not allowed yourself to fall into the like and comment game on your posts? Because I see a lot of people do that, and they start posting things because they get likes and comments, and I understand that. Like, I got a new car, I posted the car, and like I got 1 million comments and likes and stuff, and it felt good. But then like the next day I posted that I reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I was so stoked, and no one cared. And I was like, I guess I just post my car. Like, I guess I'll just post my car. Like, no one cares about my car. Other than that, no one cares. So how have you like controlled that?
Two things. One, I have very supportive friends who will always comment on all of my stuff, and so it's like, oh, like if that makes you feel good.
Can I get those friends? Because my friends suck. They never comment on anything.
Do you want me to start? I'll start commenting on all your stuff, Adam.
See, that's something else I'm trying to get out here. I've tried to get realtors to be like, listen, we need a 15 realtor group that comment and like and share and save everything to mess with that, to increase the algorithm.
Yeah.
I talk to realtors out here and they're like, nah, man, I don't, like, they're so lazy. They don't like who, like, and I'm like, and then you wonder, I do no deals. I'm not hearing that. Sorry, rant. Idiots. So what's the second thing?
And then the second thing is, and this plays into your content because maybe you don't have hundreds of thousands of views, but the people who do see it appreciate it. I just know that even if one person is like, it's resonating with them, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I just know I've done my job if that's the case.
Yeah.
So that's enough for me.
And I think too is like, I think people think like, I'm going to post on Instagram and I'm getting a deal, or I'm going to post on YouTube and get a deal. I try to tell people, be a real estate agent, share it to the world, and the deals will come.
Yeah. And you know, that's always been my philosophy about real estate. When I'm less focused on this is, if I go to this meeting, I'm going to get a deal. If I think more like, put myself out there, it's a numbers game. I put myself out there, I talk to more people, eventually it will come. And I have had things that I thought were a waste of time, and a year later, I suddenly, some of my biggest deals, I was like 24, 25, I had been going to this networking thing week after week after week for a year. And I got a $450,000 listing and a $350,000 purchase from the same referral from that group. That was worth every 2-hour lunch I spent over, you know, because that was like one of my biggest deals at the time. 450 in Riverside 10 years ago was huge. I was like, worth it. And so I just, it's you got to remember, you're just, it's just a numbers game. Get out there, add value, show them that you're serious, and it eventually comes.